Wanted to talk about interesting, more summery perfume notes, and these are the citrus notes. Of course, so what you see is a lemon, but a lemon is not the only fragrance note that could be considered as a citrus note. For example, bergamot and other citruses that are less commonly known are still used in perfumery quite actively and have been since the ancient Egypt, Greek, and Roman times, where the individuals at those days recognized the quality of citrus peels and essence and oils to create scented oils, balms, and perfumes. But the first, more or less, in the nowadays more recent history season when the citrus was actively used in perfumery was in 1930 70s, when the Queen of Hungary in the perfumes in the 14th century used the citrus peel and citrus oils to create a scent. And of course, one of the first eau de cologne or the lighter formulation of the fragrance was used also in 17th century, containing lemon, bergamot, petite grain, and also neroli or the orange blossoms, which are also quite a commonly used ingredient these days, for example, in fragrances such as YSL, opium black. And of course, when talking about citruses, fougères or the lighter, more EDT kind of fragrances on the aromatic side using lemons. Aromatics are of course quite commonly used in Italy, in most southern Europe regions. For instance, in comparison, Versace fragrance, a dreamer fragrance with lemon top notes is also commonly used note, thus lemon in aromatic compositions together with either more commonly used aromatics such as the lavender or persil or parsnip, basil, and so forth are typically Italian perfumery styled perfume notes. While French, for example, in one of the classical fragrances, Shalimar, used the bergamot top note, thus bergamot being a citrus with a very aromatic scent and a smell, is also something that is quite frequently commonly used in French perfumery. But when talking about, of course, fragrances and different perfume notes and scents, especially the citrus notes in perfumes, we could also mention more commonly nowadays popular scents such as Diptyque de Sang and also Chanel Chance of the fresh or the fresher fragrance note, or even Maison Margiela replica under the lemon tree, and many other replica fragrances that contain either lemon notes or also lemon or orange blossom notes. And when talking about the citruses, of course, as I noted, not only lemon or bergamot being the most commonly used citrus notes being in the fragrance are the ones that could be mentioned, but also less commonly used citruses that are either located in southern Italy or other regions, Argentina, basically countries with warmer climate where the citruses can traditionally be grown due to the climate. Are, for instance, blood orange, also grapefruit, kumquat notes, also lime, for example, the kaffir lime note in fragrances, clementine, citron, not to mix up with lemon. Citron is a different fragrance, and it is a predecessor of our nowadays more commonly known crossbred lemon. So, of course, there are citruses such as the Buddha's hand, which typically is a more unusual avant-garde looking fragrant lemony or citrusy fruit without the soft middle part of the lemon, and that is also one of the predecessors of the nowadays lemon which of course is created by cross selection on different citrus fruits, and also such interesting citruses such as Bia Ragade. Also, of course, talking about gourmand fragrances, we can also talk about candied lemon or candied orange being fragrance notes, which are also more on the sugary but still tart citrus fragrance side. For example, Baptême de Fou by Serge Lutens, and many other scents. And thus, this is just a small portion of different interesting facts and news about the lemon or citrus fragrances, because there are so many interesting citruses that could be noted in different citrus fragrances, both by designer and niche perfume creators. And of course, an Italian perfume house, Versace, commonly uses different citrus notes in fragrances such as in Bright Crystal. Burberry uses in the fragrance London different citrus notes, and thus a citrus, especially bergamot, for more French-style perfumery, and lemon or citron for Italian-style perfumery are the fragrance notes that are very, very trending, popular. For example, in Acqua di Parma, colognes and fragrances, and of course, this is just something that is very, very relevant for the summer time coming up, and thus vacation time, a warmer season. That means that more fresh, aromatic, and also citrus note fragrances are back in style. Thanks.